So we'll start with Java. Eventually, we will go into the Selenium tool, and in Selenium, there are different sections. We are going to learn those sections out of our course. All right. So let's see how Java would be, how we can start working with Java, and what all the things that we have with the Java tool. All right. So the first thing about Java I want to talk about. So Java is a programming language. So what kind of programming language? OOPS programming language. So when I say OOPS, it's called as object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming language. Programming. Okay, object-oriented programming. So what is object-oriented programming? What all the different concepts comes in object-oriented programming? We are going to discuss further. So there are 5 pillars of OOPS that we need to know. So we are going to see all those 5 OOPS concepts practically. And the second thing is Java is invented. So who invented Java? Any idea?
James Gosling.
James Gosling. When he invented? 1990s. Okay. So Java was invented by in Sun Microlabs. Okay, so it was invented in Sun Microlabs by this person in 1990s. And currently Java is owned by Oracle. So I think this particular thing from Sun Microsystems, they brought it in, if I remember correctly, it was in 2010 or 2011 somewhere. I'm not 100% sure, but somewhere in the early 2010 or 2011, this particular thing happened actually. So these are again, they may not ask in the interviews, but good to know this basic knowledge so that at least you can tell yourself if somebody asks you. So this is the basic overview that I want to give about Java. And now coming to the versions of Java. Java version. So the current Java version, Java 12.0 is out in the market. So Java 12.0 is already there, but we will learn with Java 8, which is much stable than any other version. So throughout the course, we are going to discuss about Java 8. But some features of Java 12 we are going to see in the course itself, what all the differences we have, but there are no major differences that we need to understand about it. But the course will talk about Java 8. You know how to work on Java 8. It's very similar like Java 12. So we need to know how to set up the Java in the system. That is the first thing. Already I have Java configured, but I will show you what are the different places from where you need to download. So let me open Google. Okay, so open Google and I'll just simply go to google.com, and here I'll just search for Java or say JDK download. Okay, so guys, I am not a fan of giving you some links from where you have to download. Always make a habit of learning from the scratch. When I say learning from the scratch, this is what it is going to happen tomorrow. Once you go into the market, you say like, I know Java, I have installed Java from the scratch, and I also have configured Selenium by yourself. So what your manager will do is right on day one, he will give you the laptop and he will give you the admin rights. So you need to have admin rights in order to install something in the real time. He will give you admin privileges for this laptop and he will ask, configure Java by yourself, because there is nobody to help you. Configure Java, configure Selenium by yourself, configure maybe TestNG by yourself. Everything you have to do by yourself. So if you remember how to download the Java from the links, suppose if the same links doesn't work there, you may not be successful. What you do is try to learn from the scratch how to open Google, what you need to search, and which link to be downloaded. If you remember that, then you will be good in wherever company you go. So 99.9% we will search from the Google and we'll try to download. It is not like I don't have some predefined links and I cannot share. I have those, but always I recommend with this approach. Okay, so let me clear out this, and now I need to basically download the Java. Now if you see JDK download, you see the first link, Java SC downloads. Just click on it, and here you can find different versions of Java. So I accept all cookies. So if you see it's already Java 15 is released. Okay, so Java 14, Java 11, Java 8, I'll go with Java 8, which is much stable than these versions. So I'll go with Java 8, and I need to download what? I need to download JDK. So there is something called as JDK and JRE. JDK, JRE. So JDK stands for Java Development Kit, and JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. Okay. Now, what are the differences between JDK and JRE? Okay, so first we'll talk about JRE. What is JRE and what exactly mean by that? So there is a developer. He created some program, some Java program. He created Java program. Now there is another developer. So developer 2, he is developer 1. What is the intention of developer 2 is he just want to execute this program. He just want to run. He want to run. He don't want to develop anything. So this guy is developing. Okay, this guy is developing the Java program, but this guy is running only the Java program. Now, in this case, if a person wants to run only the Java program, he just need to have JRE. He just need to have JRE. So that's the reason it's called as Java Runtime Environment. By using this JRE, you can run only the scripts. You cannot develop any scripts. Development is not possible with JRE. Now coming to the JDK. Okay, so coming to the JDK. So with the JDK, you can develop the programs, plus you can also run the programs. With JDK, you can develop the programs, plus you can run the programs. So who knows, tomorrow maybe this developer 2 can also develop the programs. So in those cases, we will go for JDK. So now the concept here is when you install JDK, it will download JDK plus JRE. It comes with both JDK and JRE both. Now suppose if you configure only JRE, it just download only the JRE. It doesn't come with JDK. So what we need to have is we need to have JDK because we are developing the programs as well as we are running the programs. So that's the reason we will download JDK, not JRE. All right, so let me clear off this and let me write something here. So JDK, it comprises of JRE plus JDK. So where I'm saying like we can develop programs and run programs. We can develop programs and we can run programs. So coming to JRE, we can only run programs. We can only run programs. We can't develop any programs. So we are downloading this JDK, not JRE. So as I said, when you download JDK, it automatically comes with JRE also. So I'll go here, Java SE, there is JDK. Just click on this. So if you go here, okay, so you can see different operating systems. Ours is not Linux, ours is not Mac, ours is not Solaris, ours is Windows. So what I would suggest, if somebody has Mac, make sure that you get a Windows system, because wherever you work, you will have only Windows. They will not give you Mac. In the real time, they will not give you any Mac operating system. They will always give you only Windows operating system. So this is your Windows. Windows x86 or Windows x64. Now, one funny thing I remember when I was working with some bank. So people in the real time, they doesn't know what is this x86 is. And x64, maybe they know x64, but they doesn't know x86. So your Windows come with 2-bit operating system. So you have two kinds of bits operating systems. One is called as 32-bit and other is 64-bit. Okay, so I don't know what is the intention of this Microsoft people. So they haven't mentioned this 32-bit directly. So they said, if you want to refer 32-bit, always refer x86. So x86 is nothing but 32-bit. Now your x64 is nothing but 64-bit. I don't know why they have written straightforward, but I don't know why they have written this x86. So if you have to download any 64-bit operating system, if you are dealing with 64-bit, you can go with this 64. If you are dealing with any 32-bit, you go with this 32-bit. Now the concept here is, all the latest laptops will come with 64-bit. Okay, unfortunately your 32-bit, so that means this bit, it is compatible on 64 and it is also compatible on 32. So when you download 32-bit, you can work on 32-bit as well as 64. So it can be installed on either of this. If you have 64, you cannot configure on 32-bit. You will get some challenges when you are installing on 32-bit operating system. So always the concept here is, all the latest laptops that you take will always have 64-bit. Doesn't matter if you go 64 or 32-bit. But in my perspective, 32-bit is faster than 64-bit. 32-bit is faster than 64-bit. So doesn't matter if you go with 64 or 86, you can download either of this. So how do you download? So just let me clear out this. So you just need to click on this. I'm going with 32-bit. Just click on this, right? When you click on this, so this checkbox will come, select it, download, and it will ask for the login credentials of Oracle. So people think like, this login credentials are nothing but you have to work with Oracle, then only you will have. No, you can register with your simple Gmail also. So let me register, create account. So let me register with, you can use Gmail, you can use any of the email ID that you can remember. So I'm saying like QA trainings @ techinspire infotech.com. So QA trainings @ techinspireinfotech.com, and I am typing a password that I can remember. So just type your password. So you will select the location from where. So you will say like So I'm just entering the first name and last name. Job title, I'll say like QA analyst. Work phone number 647 620 7364. Company TechInspire Infotech. I'm just mentioning the address. City, state, and zip code. Okay, so once you enter, create account. Okay, so verify your email address. So just go to your email. So in your case, you will have Gmail. I'm using my company ID. Doesn't matter whatever ID you want to use. So let me go here. So you will get one mail to your inbox. Verify your email address. So once you verify, okay, update our Oracle account. So click on continue. Okay, so now sometimes it will download automatically, right? But if it doesn't download automatically, what you do is again go back where you have opened that. Okay, so close this. So go back to the page where you were supposed to download. Just hit on this, select this, download. Okay, it is asking to log in. So let me log in. Infotech.com. So you are logging in with whatever account you have registered with. So QA trainings at the rate of techinspireinfotech.com, and you are typing your password. So once you click on sign in or enter, now it will start downloading. This is the one. Okay, it takes some time to download everything. So which is of small size only. So just hold on, it's almost done. Okay, so once download is completed, so what I generally have a practice is I keep everything in a centralized place where I can access in future. So let me cut from here. So let me go to the location. So D trainings, and I will keep it under Selenium, and under Selenium installation files. Already I have this JDK here, but let me try to paste it here. Okay. So the latest one, this is the one. So the one that I had is 261. Now the latest one is 271. Now I want to install this 271. Already it is there. 261 is already there in my system. I already configured, but I will try to configure this because I need to show you how to install. So just double click on this. So just click on yes, and it will prompt this window. Just click on next button. So it will give you this Java SC Development Kit 8 Update 271 custom setup. Next. So it will download all the necessary files in the system. Now it is saying Java setup destination folder. It wants to keep under this location. C program files. We downloaded x86. x86 is nothing but 32. Java JRE. This is the location where it want to. So you want to change, you can, but ideally I don't suggest to change the location. Let it be in the C drive. So click on next. So it will start downloading all the necessary files here. So it will be faster because it's a very lightweight one, and maybe it takes another 2 to 3 minutes to configure. Okay, so you will see this confirmation message. It says Java SE Development Kit 8 update 271 successfully installed. So click on next steps to access the tutorials and all this. I don't need to click on next steps because it is successful. Click on close. So now, as you have seen, there was a location. That location is in the C drive. Program files x86. See, this is 64-bit and this is 32-bit. So we downloaded 32. Open. Now here it says Java. Open Java. Now see there, already 261 is there. Now it has 271. This is the latest one. So we downloaded JDK. So it has come with JDK as well as JRE. So now here is the thing that you need to understand. So the concept here is every system will come with a default Java. Okay, if you see Java, every software that you install, let's say you are installing Skype or you are installing some kind of messenger. So all these things by default come with Java. Now what we are saying that for our Selenium sake or for our Eclipse sake, I don't want to use this Java. Rather than this, I have downloaded some Java version which is 271. Okay, so JDK 271. I need to tell to my Eclipse. So we are going to use Eclipse to write all the Java programs. Okay, so we are going to use Eclipse. What is Eclipse? How to open Eclipse? How to configure? It is coming next. So in Eclipse, I need to tell, don't use this Java. Don't use this, but use this Java. How do we tell is, we need to set up some variables. So those variables are called as environment variables. So we need to configure the environment variables in order to say that use this JDK, not this Java. So for that, this is the location that you have to go. Okay, so let me clear off this. So now we need to take JDK, which is 271. Open this. You need to have this path. You need to go all the way until bin. So C drive, program files x86, Java, JDK, and you need to see this bin. This is the path that you need. Where you will give the path. Okay, open any, you have this PC, right? Right click on this and go to properties. When you go to properties, you see this window. And here there is advanced system settings. Open that. And there is a environment variables. Okay, you need to click on this environment variables, and this is the place where we need to give. Okay, so what I'm doing is, let me delete this Java underscore home. In your system, you will not have this. So let me remove. I also want to remove one more thing from the path. I will tell you why I'm removing this, because I'm showing you right from the scratch how to configure. Let me click on edit. Let me delete that JDK one. So delete. Okay. Okay. So click on OK. Click on this. Now close this, minimize and minimize. Okay, so let's start it freshly now. So assume you don't know that Java is there or it is not there. So I will open a command prompt. So I'll go here, open a command prompt, be anywhere. I'll just type this command, Java hyphen version, enter. Okay, so it is already saying Java version 1.8.0 underscore 271. So in your systems, when you have downloaded Java without setting up some variables that I'm going to show, here it will say like Java is not recognized as internal or external command. I already have installed. That's the reason why it is coming. And moreover, this is coming with the latest one, 271. But though this message is coming or not coming, we have to do some configuration by going to this PC. So I'm using Windows 10. In Windows 10, how do you go to this PC? Open any folder. So this is called as File Explorer. You will open this. You will have this PC. Right click, then you have Properties. Go to Properties, then you have Advanced System Settings. Go here, and here you should see Environment Variables. Click on this. Now I need to put two variables here, one here and one here. So here under User Variables for names, click on New button. And here you need to give some variable name. I'm giving some variable name in upper cases. So this is the very common best practice that everybody will follow. Java underscore home. Java underscore home. And you need to pass the location of your Java that you have downloaded and installed. So that location is this PC, D drive, and then under training, I kept it under Selenium. Sorry, my bad. So I need to go to C drive. I need to open C drive. I need to go to program files x86. And here I need to go for Java. Inside Java, right now I want to use JDK 271. Open this. Now you should see bin. Copy this whole path. How do you copy? Simply click here. When you click here, it will be coming as a location. This, copy this. So minimize this and give that location here. Okay, just click on OK. That variable is created. So now the second thing I need to do under system variables. Under system variables, you should see this path. So click on path. Now click on edit. When you click on edit, this is the window you get. Here I need to click on new. So when you click on new, you get this one. So paste the same thing, whatever you copied the location, but here you need to say /bin. So first time without bin, second place you have to give /bin. Click OK, and now click OK. Close all these things. So now open a command prompt. I'll go here, cmd, and now you will type java-version. Now this is the version number that it should come. So what happens is in few systems, without setting up that path, still it works. But those machines will have a lot of issues when we are doing a concept of Maven. For Maven, it has to take the path from here, like the environment variables. If you haven't defined any path there, it might trouble you. So that is the reason better you configure the path under environment variables. See the version of the Java. Now it is 271. Now you are good to go. Okay. Or else let me try this Java--B. Okay, so Java, enter. This will give you all the list of the commands of Java. So what is the version, everything it will tell. But if I want to see the version number directly, Java-version. So there is another thing that I want to mention you here. So generally, when I am taking interviews or when outside people, they are taking interviews, they might ask you some very basic question. So the very basic question they might ask you is, how do you know that Java is installed in your machine successfully or not? So people will say only one thing, saying like, I will download, then I am going to double click on the Java and see whether it is installed or not. So you have to give 2 to 3 answers. One is, once I configure Java or once I download and install Java, I will go to the environment variables and see whether Java variable is set up there. That is where I know that Java is installed. Second thing, I can open command. This nobody will tell. Nobody would tell in the interview whatever I'm saying this. So they will not tell that I will open command prompt, and in command prompt, I'm going to run a command saying Java space hyphen version. That will give you the version of Java that is installed. Through that, I can say that Java is installed or not. This answer 99.9% of the people would not say. So you remember all these steps, and you go anywhere, you can configure Java successfully. All right, any questions on this?